All right, hello everybody. Welcome to another ZaxoDrama. This will be ZaxoDrama number 2, where we go in and try to read interesting or react. You see my reaction to people's postings on Reddit, or where they're posting about a relationship or a problem they're having or whatnot. So welcome back to ZaxoDrama number 2. These will all be live streams and just a new series that I'm going to be trying out on my channel to see how people like them. So if you're watching this video, afterwards, then be sure you comment down below and let me know if you like this or not. Also, let me know what your thoughts are to whatever relationship post I read and react to. So welcome everybody. We are at hump day already of the week, which means midway through the week. I know a lot of you people are on summer break. A lot of you people are still probably not working or stuck at home due to the crud out there. But I am working from home. I've been working from home since way before the this crud though epidemic that is. But I want to go ahead and welcome you guys to another ZaxoDrama, as we call it. Welcome. How you doing, Ethan? How you doing, bud? Good to see you. So we are just looking through new posts, guys. I always want to try to just read something new and interesting. Not seeing a whole lot of comments on this. Hi, 28 female torn under decision with 9.5-year relationship with my partner. That might be interesting. Let's see what else we got. All right. How you guys doing? How you doing? I did look at this one a little bit ago. Yeah, let's react to this one, guys. Let's read this one here. How do I cut my, or do I cut my husband off, is what the lady's asking. So this is a female, I think. Yeah. All right, so they've been married. So we have a female here. I don't think she says her age. Yeah. All right, so we have a female here. We don't know how old she is. Married 5 years of a relationship. So I guess that means they might have been married 2 years and they dated for 3 years before that. We don't know. It just says married and they've had a total of 5 years of a relationship. He broke up with me to work on himself and said he lost feelings. And also because he was afraid to move to my country. Okay, so it's a long distance relationship, but they're married? That's interesting. He was extremely stressed about that, but didn't communicate with me while we were together. Okay. I was blindsided despite us being a little distant due to everything going on in the world. I never thought it would happen though. We are on good terms and trying to be friends, but I feel like as much as he says he wants to and doesn't want me to block him, he only talks to me sporadically and can't hold a conversation because he's always doing something. I understand that people are busy, but we used to just talk so much, and I know he has the time to reply. He just chooses not to for whatever reason. I feel like I'm talking to a ghost of him, and it hurts. I don't want him to just fade away. I want us to remember the good times and the happy memories, not slowly pulling away from each other. Man, it's kind of hard. I asked him a few weeks ago to be straight up if he wanted a divorce, and he couldn't give me an answer. So they are married and they're having a long distance relationship. Like, I wonder how that happens. I mean, I guess, I don't know. I mean, I guess you live together for a while, you get married, and then maybe he goes away for a job and she had to stay where she did for, for whatever reason. I don't know. For her job, I guess. Her school, whatever. Anyway, she says, I feel like I'm talking to a ghost of him. It hurts. I don't want him to just fade away. I want us to remember the good times and the happy memories, not slowly pulling away from each other. Asked him a few weeks ago if he wanted a divorce, and he couldn't give me an answer. But he doesn't want to work on the marriage either. He said that, or she feels like that? Like, did he say he doesn't want to work on the marriage, or I'm assuming that she just feels like he doesn't want to work on it? I'm in a constant state of limbo. I've accepted the breakup, but it's incredibly hard to move on when we're still married, and a divorce hasn't even been talked about because he just refuses to talk it through and puts up walls when we do. I have no idea what he's really thinking. I'm not sure if he's monkey branching, but I genuinely don't think so. My question is, I've been flipping back and forth for weeks with needing time and then caving and saying I'm ready to be friends. He probably thinks I'm crazy, but I feel like I am right now. I feel like I just need to cut him off, but I'm terrified to. We're still married, and I miss the friendship dearly, but it's not the same. I feel like he doesn't enjoy talking to me, even though he says he does. I'm terrified our memories will fade to whatever this is. Should I cut him off, ask for a divorce, try to stay friends and see if we can move forward? I don't know what to do. Any advice would be really appreciated. Thank you. Too long didn't read. Husband left me, but doesn't know if he wants a divorce. I want to be his friend, but I'm finding it too hard. See, so she doesn't explain a lot here. Like, did they get married? It sounds like they almost got married, and then the husband left her. Like, they're doing a long distance relationship since he left. So like maybe, he left her and went away, but she doesn't give a whole lot of information. Like, where did he go? How far away are they? How old are they? Do they have any kids? There's a whole lot here that we really don't know. She's just giving us the real basic outline of what's going on. So it's really hard for me to react and give an opinion when there's so much I don't know. Like, how long have they been away from each other and doing this long distance relationship? And like I say, are they seeing each other? Is he only 100 miles away and they're seeing each other every couple weeks? I mean, there's so much here we just don't know. But I do know that long distance relationships are hard. I've done several of them in my life. I remember one that I did when I got out of the Navy. I had a girlfriend before I got out of the Navy, and I came home 2,800 miles away from Virginia to Idaho. And, we had a long relationship. We had, I think it was about a year and a half, 2 years, real relationship. So we had the chance to build that foundation. And when I came back, this is back in the old like dial-up days of internet. But when I came back, one of us had sent each other an email, after the split, and a few months later or whatever, and we ended up deciding to try the long distance relationship. I know that she was willing to move from Virginia to Idaho, and we were both young. But even with that, it was so hard because we had so much time to wait. We had a lot of things to do. And she had a kid, which I didn't have really, a kid that was in my custody or anything at that time. But that was a long distance relationship. And I can tell you that I had a relationship with her in Virginia when I was a sailor, and I had to work and stuff like that. And I think she worked as well. But we still was able to make time for each other and hold each other and, spend time together, have dinners together and everything like that. And when you don't have that and you try to go from that to a long distance relationship, it's extremely hard. Like, you can't ever hug each other, you can't ever touch each other, you can't ever take walks holding hands or go to the park or do anything. You can't see each other smile or have that eye contact or anything. And it definitely makes it a lot harder than if you're there. If this guy to this lady, if her husband has moved away for, like, I'm assuming he moved away for a job or maybe he moved back to his hometown or whatever, and he's busy and he doesn't make time for her, I guess this is really what we're looking at. Anybody that really loves you, that really cares about you, is going to find a way to make plenty of time to spend time with you. If not, you know, if it's not that far away, and if not, just go ahead and meet you as well. Just like me, I care about video gaming and I care about my YouTube channel and stuff like that, and I have for 12 years. And this is like just a passion of mine. You know, this is something I like doing. So I'm going to find time, even if I'm working overtime, even if I got a lot going on in my life. I'm going to find time to play games. I'm going to find time to make YouTube videos and live streams, just like I'm doing right now. So, yeah, anybody that truly loves you, to this female, all I would say is that if he really loves you, if he really cares about you, he's going to find time to give you, and he's not going to seem so distant. So it almost sounds like she's talking about, you know, he never really has time, and he can't hold a conversation because he's always doing something. It really sounds like he's lost interest, and he might even be, my guess is, like, this is probably a pretty good guess, he might even be into somebody else. So, like, he may not want to get a divorce because he may want to hold on to her, in case, like, this new gal that he's with, you know, doesn't work out or whatever. But, and it could be, it may not be another female at all, but it very well could be. That could be a reason why he's showing so little effort and so little interest. You know, it may be a lot of things. It may be simply that he doesn't enjoy the time that he spends with her. Maybe it's hard for him that he's moved away. You know, maybe he really only enjoys spending time and talking with her when they're together. I mean, unless you have that conversation, you really don't know what's going on. But because they did, it sounds like they did get married and they had a physical relationship at one point. You know, maybe it's just really hard for him to talk to her and stuff like that because he misses her too much when they talk online or when they talk on the phone or whatever. Maybe, I don't know. That's really going to come down to, you know, you trusting him and trusting having a you know, a deep, honest conversation with your husband about why he can't talk to you and why he can't find the time to give to you. But all I can say is, yeah, probably your best answer at this point. I wouldn't say get a divorce, but I would pull away. If I was giving advice to this lady, I would pull away from the relationship. Like, not get a divorce yet, but I would put it in his court. I would put, like, you know, if you can't find time to come out and talk to me, like, leave him a final line. I'm going to get on with my life. I'm going to get on with doing my thing. And I hope that you can find time to give our marriage what you know, what it needs and what it deserves, and give me what I need and what I deserve. But I'm going to leave it up to you. You know, I hope you'll come and find time to talk to me, but if you can't, eventually I'm going to probably have to file for divorce. So I don't think you should try to blackmail him or anything like that, but just be real with him and say, hey, if we can't have a real relationship, whether you're with me or whether you're long distance, there's really no reason for us to be together. So leave it up to him, because he's the one that at least it seems like he's the one that's kind of pulling away. So it's time for you to pull away as well, and see how much he really misses you when you don't talk to him for, you know, a month or 6 weeks. See if he can make it. If he makes it a month or 6 weeks and doesn't really reach out to you and doesn't have any kind of meaningful conversation, then I would say that continuing a marriage and continuing that relationship is probably not a good idea. I would say it's time for divorce. Because if he can go 6 weeks, or, you know, a month or 6 weeks without even telling you why, you know, what's going on, and being honest with you and having a conversation that you need and deserve, then you need to go find. You need to get a divorce. You need to heal. You need to pick yourself back up, and you need to go find one of the many fish in the sea out there that will give you time and the respect that you deserve. So that is my response to this one. Let's see if there's anything else we can read. We saw one up here. Let's just read this one. Sex. My boyfriend won't have sex with me. All right, 2 hours ago. This is my first time posting, so I apologize for any formatting errors. This is really embarrassing, and I don't want to talk to any of my friends about it because of that. So I don't really know where else to turn. So here she is. She's too embarrassed to talk to her family or her friends about her relationship. So she turns where else to the internet and to Reddit, of all places, to go ahead and throw the dirty laundry out. She's a female, 26 years old, and she's been with her boyfriend, David. So notice she doesn't say her name, but she throws her boyfriend's name out. Not that we're going to know who he is by his first name, but I'm just saying she doesn't say, hey, you know, my name's Karen, or my name's, you know, Stacy, or nothing like that. She's just like, I'm a 26 female, and my boyfriend, David, 27, for 9 years now, living together for 7. It's a long time. We're very much in love, and have talked at length about our future together, such as marriage, children, homeowning, etc. He's the best man in the world, and I'm simply crazy about him, and for the most part, I feel like he reciprocates this fully. However, for the past year and a half, I'd say, our sex life has come to a screeching halt. He used to be intimate constantly at the beginning. We were in our teens, and then that evened out, obviously, as we got older, and mostly because of the regularity. But slowly started to become more spaced out, with him initiating less and less, until all of a sudden we were where we are now and haven't done anything since like a week after Christmas. So they're talking 5 months or something. Sure, he'll give me a kiss or hug just because he feels like it, and we cuddle in bed all the time. And he holds my hand whenever we're out and when he's driving. But that's it. We're coming up on 6 months of no PG-13 stuff, and definitely nothing R-rated. Wow. I think we get the point there. And I feel like I'm starting to go crazy over it. I try and initiate constantly, and at this point he's beginning to get extremely annoyed with me about it. I swear I'm not being crazy and bashing over the head about sex every day, all day, but I try to casually flirt with him and bring it up, and all he does is roll his eyes and look away and smile. Wow. I ask if he's still attracted to me, and he insists that he is, and says that I'm the most beautiful woman he's ever seen. Whenever I try and ask why he keeps turning me down, he's always got an excuse, or will say it's because I won't leave him alone about it. And then will flat out refuse to discuss it with me and just move on to another topic, or completely ignore me if I press the issue. I swear that nothing about my appearance, hygiene, health, or anything has changed at all. And I've tried everything I can think of to get him interested in me again. I've bought lingerie. I've bought new perfume. I've wined and dined him. I've put more effort into my appearance while we're just laying around the house, and nothing has worked. At this point, it's starting to affect my self-esteem, and I'm basically near tears almost every day because I feel so low every time I helplessly try to do anything physical with him. I feel so rejected and low that I don't know what else to do. I know that it's normal for sex with couples to sort of putter out to a routine as time goes on, but this just seems completely not normal to me. I know he isn't cheating. He would never agree to couples therapy. He definitely doesn't have hormonal issues based on how his body wakes up every morning, okay? And I really don't think that anything about his sexual orientation has changed, right? Is there anything I can do at this point to salvage my relationship? Do you guys have any advice on what I could do differently? Anyone who's been through something similar that knows there's a light at the end of the tunnel for me? I really don't want to even consider my life without him. But damn it, I'm a human being who needs intimacy, and I just can't go on like this. Please help. Wow. So, 9 years together. He's only 26, so he's only 27, so it's not like they're getting so old. It's not like he's getting so old that things aren't working. She even says that, you know, he has normal rises basically in the morning, every single morning. So it's not like he can't get things up or anything like that. Yeah, he said his body wakes up every morning. I know he doesn't have hormonal issues because he basically, you know, he shows it every morning. She doesn't think that he's turning gay or that he is gay or anything like that, which could definitely be something that would cause that, you know, if he started thinking, oh man, you know, but that would also go along with, you know, that could also go along with being into somebody else as well. I know he isn't cheating. That's hard to say. I mean, I do know that things putter out. I mean, I've been married before as well, and I do know that things go downhill as far as the sex and even intimacy and even things like hugs and kissing and stuff like that. Like when you're first, dating somebody or whatever, during the dating part of a relationship, even after you move in together or maybe even get married together, I mean, it's like you're kissing and holding each other and cuddling, watching movies and stuff like that all the time. But, and sex can definitely, stop having, sometimes, sex when you first meet somebody might happen once or twice a day for a long time, and then it'll slowly start tapering off, or it'll be a couple of times a week, and then eventually like once a week. And, I think a lot of marriages may not have sex even that often. Maybe once every couple of weeks, once a month, a couple of times a month, whatever. But here she is headed into 6 months of no intimacy. And she says nothing has changed about her, so she knows she's not gaining weight, or she's not losing her hair, or anything like that. And she's even trying to dress up sexy, buy him lingerie and all kinds of stuff, and he's just not interested. I can tell you that something is abnormal here, and there's something your boyfriend, to this lady, there's something your boyfriend is not telling you, and I have no idea what that could be. I mean, it could be issues with him. Uh, there could be so many things here that it could be. Um, it could be a fear of intimacy. He started becoming, which would be really weird for a relationship of 9 years for him to start holding back the intimacy because he's scared of that. That seems odd. If you're pretty sure that he's not texting or flirting online with another woman, that he doesn't have some kind of a long distance relationship in your marriage, where he's putting his sexual energy or his heart is really at, that would honestly be my first guess, is that he has an ex-girlfriend, or he's met somebody online, or he's met somebody else that, uh, that he's getting those, getting that intimacy from. His age, he should definitely, be putting more energy into you, especially if you're dressing up lingerie and you still look really good, and you're really trying. I don't know as well, like, how much you're hounding him about it. You say you're not hounding him all the time, and you're not like sex, sex, sex every single day. Man, this is a hard one. I really, I don't know. I don't have any advice. I mean, I really don't know what to say. He'll hug and kiss her once in a while, and they cuddle in bed all the time. But he never wants to get it going on. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. And you're nagging him all the time to try to talk, and he just won't talk. Yeah, to this lady, I think that my best advice of this, since you can't get him to talk, I think you also said that he won't go to counseling as well, right? Yeah, he would never agree to couples therapy. I wonder what other people are saying to him, to this gal, because I don't know. I would love to know what you guys think about this one. This one's really interesting to me. Somebody else says sit down with him and have a serious conversation. She's already tried. Don't let him blow you off anymore. Explain that you need intimacy. Yeah, I agree with that. You need to get a straight answer, and that you need to explain to him that it's affecting you negatively. It's hurting your self-esteem and everything like that. If he isn't willing to do that, maybe try therapy if he'll go for it, which he already says she doesn't think he will. They could help you. Yeah, you got to get down to the bottom of this, though. Um, Yeah, you're gonna have to put your foot down. In fact, I think what I would do, I think my best advice, I'm not a relationship expert or anything like that, but just putting a little bit of thought into this and, um, I would put your foot down and basically be like, okay, I love you. I would definitely have a talk with him and say, I love you. Um, and it's really hurting my self esteem and my self confidence and my self value. The fact that you won't do anything past cuddling or kissing with me, know. So I would pull away from him. I would, as much as it hurts and as hard as it is to hear, I would try one more time and I would say, look, if you can't tell me what's going on, if you can't, how you doing, Luminous? I would be like, if you can't tell me what's going on, if you can't help me help you, if you can't at least be honest with me about what's going on, then I'm gonna have to find what I need elsewhere. I'm gonna have to work on myself and get myself out of this relationship so I can be happy again. So I think you really need to be honest with him and just tell him how unhappy you are with the fact that there's no intimacy and that you love him so much that you kind of need and feel like that intimacy, validates your feelings for him. So when you have a strong love for somebody and attraction for, for your boyfriend, and he won't help, validate the fact that his feelings, what he says is true. So he tells you that you're the most beautiful woman he's ever met. He cuddles with you. He holds your hand while you're driving, but he doesn't validate everything about how sexy and beautiful he thinks you are with intimacy. You know, he wakes up ready every morning, so he definitely has no problems there. But instead of where is he putting that energy? How is he releasing, from that state in the morning where he's ready to go and he's never giving anything to you? Is he putting this into porn? Is he putting this to somebody else that he's talking to behind your back? Uh, there's no reason why a person would masturbate for months on end when he has a girlfriend living with him dressing in lingerie that he truly finds beautiful. It just doesn't make any sense. Um, Online relationships, meaning Tinder. Yeah, I don't know, guys. You guys can chime in here. Let me know what you guys think. But I think it's time for her to have a serious relationship with. I mean, a serious talk with this guy, and let him know that how it's affecting her. That it doesn't make any sense that he doesn't want to get intimate with her, especially if he truly finds her beautiful. Especially if she knows that he's waking up ready to go every morning. So he's normal there. Um, and let him know that he needs to be honest with her about whatever it is for their relationship to continue. And if he refuses to talk to her or get down to the nitty gritty of what's going on, I would definitely pull completely away from him. So don't let him hold your hand. Don't let him cuddle with you. Don't give him that satisfaction that he looks like he finds comfort in. So when you pull that away from him and move back into your mom's house or move into, what I would do is I wouldn't look for a new house to move into myself, but maybe ask good old mom and dad if you can come stay with them for a while, or one of your brothers and sisters or whoever, a friend, a girlfriend or whatever, and basically give him nothing, no holding hands, no attention, no anything. Pull completely away for a couple of weeks and see if that can motivate him into coming back and giving you what you need. You know, the fear of loss, once somebody realizes what they have and that they've lost it or that they're going to lose it, that can be a real motivator. And so I would try one more time to either get him to go to counseling with you or just talk to you and get down to what's going on. And if he doesn't, I would leave. I would pull myself completely away from him, move in with mom and dad for a while, move in with a friend for a while, and eventually maybe start looking at getting your own place or whatever, and assume that maybe he's not going to be able to point you up. But I bet you if you guys have been in a relationship for 9 years and he really does find you as beautiful as he says, I bet you if you pull away from him for probably even a week or two, he's probably gonna come to his senses and probably come make love to you. You know, and then maybe after he comes and makes love to you, maybe he'll be ready to talk. You know, I don't know. But even before you give in to him, and even if he comes and as bad as you might want him to get it on with you, you know, you might want to, before you give him any kind of attention like that, you might want to have him tell you what's going on before you give him what he wants. You know, this isn't an easy situation, that's for sure. When you're talking about intimacy and you're talking about a reason to, you know, a male or a female doesn't want to get it on anymore, there's something he's not telling you for sure. There's something going on. And he knows what it is. You know, he can definitely tell you more than what he's been telling you. Because that just makes no sense for him to be 27 and say you're the most beautiful woman he's ever met, be living with you, you walking around in lingerie and, you know, looking sexy and everything like that, and he just has no interest. You're trying all kinds of stuff. You're trying to talk to him. You're trying to say, hey, make love to me. Hey, right, I'm ready. Let's go. You know, you're doing whatever. And he's not interested. That just makes no sense. There's definitely something going on. He's not being honest with you, and you need to get down to the bottom of it. And I would pull myself away from him if he can't be honest with you, because, like you said, you know, like you said in the in your post here, you know, you feel like you need that intimacy, and it's killing you. You know, it's hurting you. That's the only thing I can say to recommend to you to salvage your relationship. And other people are kind of giving you the same kind of thing. You know, you have to get down to the bottom of it. It doesn't make you a sex addict, like this person says. It just, you know, you haven't had sex for 6 months. That doesn't make you a sex addict because you want it. You have a desire, and you're wanting to get filled by. It's not like you're going out, you know, you're looking to cheat and get sex from anybody out there. No, you're not doing that. You just want to be getting intimacy from somebody that you truly love and care about. There's nothing wrong with that. And like somebody says here, you know, if he keeps refusing, what's going to happen is you're going to wind up exactly. I mean, that's what's going to happen is you're going to, if you just keep going on like you're going on, you're going to wind up in a relationship. You're going to wind up going 10 years without having sex. You know, is that what you want? You really need to think about that. And that's kind of what you can think about when you pull away. Move into mom and dad's house, move into a friend's house for a while. Let him think about how hard it is to miss you. And when he comes back for you, you know, in a week or two or whatever, when he comes back saying, hey, baby, I need to see you or whatever, don't let him just be holding your hand and shit again. You know, he needs to give you more. He needs to not only make love to you like you want, but he also needs to give you an explanation of what the hell's going on so that you two can work it out together. You know, so whatever it is, you know, and it may just be issues himself. It may be, you know, maybe he feels like he's not pleasing you. It could be something like that. It could be the fact that the last few times you've had sex, maybe he feels like he loses or releases too quickly. You know, he has his orgasm too quickly and he feels like you haven't even got close. It could be something that simple. Maybe he doesn't want to go there because he feels like he doesn't measure up in whatever way. Like he's not giving you the big O when he has his big O. And maybe he's getting tired of feeling like he doesn't satisfy you. You know, especially if the last few times you guys have had sex, you've made any kind of comment or you've made any kind of disappointing moan, like, or sigh, like, or if he feels like you're looking at the paint on the ceiling or whatever, when you're making love, that could very easily be a reason a guy would pull away. If he feels like he's inadequate, if he feels like he's not satisfying you, that would be a very, very, very good reason why a guy would stop going there with you and start taking things into his own hands. Okay? Feeling like you're a disappointment to it, like if he does love you that much and he finds you that sexy or whatever, feeling like he's a disappointment to you in that kind of a moment, especially the more you hound him about it. In fact, the more I talk about this, the more it sounds like a very logical explanation. So if he really loves you and thinks you're that beautiful and you guys have that type of a relationship and he's holding your hand and everything like that, that kind of tells me that he loves you. You know, he cuddles with you, and that tells me that he loves you. So it's probably something more along the lines of what I'm getting at. He probably feels like a disappointment in some way when you guys have had sex the last few times. He probably feels like he's not measuring up. and satisfying you the way he needs. And that could be a very humiliating, you know, a very embarrassing topic for him to talk about. And that might be why he's not talking about it. So you very well may be right, because you say here, you know, you feel like, no, he's not cheating. I know he hasn't, you know, I know he doesn't like men, and I know he doesn't have hormonal issues. So the more I think about everything you've wrote, and the more I think about it, I'm probably really close to what's going on. So if you have to, you know, pull away from him and give him a week or two, 3 weeks, whatever it takes for him to say, hey, baby, let's get this on. But when he comes over and he sees you, you know, maybe hold back a little bit, make sure he's ready to talk before you let him even come see you. You know, before you go back home, whatever. Make sure he's ready to talk, and make sure he's ready to get it on. You guys need to get down to the bottom of it. But that would be my guess. If I really had to guess there, I would guess he, for whatever reason, he feels like he's not able to satisfy you in that moment. And he loves you so much that he wants to really hear you. You know, he really wants to please you. And maybe he feels like he can't. And that would be something that would make sense for him not wanting to talk about it, him not wanting to go there. And that would also make sense for the reasons why he wouldn't want to go there with you. Because maybe every time he has, maybe you don't even know it. You know, maybe you don't even realize it, but maybe you're letting out a sigh, like a disappointing sigh. And he might be noticing that and being like, damn, sucks. I can't even satisfy the woman I love. So he just quits going there. You know, that would suck. And I could imagine, I could definitely feel for him in that situation. That's my guess. My guess is that something like that. But you're not going to know until you get him to get down to the bottom of it. But if you can get him to kind of talk to you about this, something like that, you know, that's something you can work on together. You know, you can definitely work on something like together, and that's probably going to bring you closer. So he's either going to give in and you guys are going to get closer and be able to work through it together, or he's going to continue to, you know, not tell you, and you're probably going to end up having to break up with him. Go find somebody that can give you what you want, need, and that may take a while as well. But whatever you do, I would recommend pulling away from him completely. Moving out of the house with him, moving out of the apartment with him, move in with mom and dad for a couple weeks, see what happens. And when you move out, I wouldn't talk to him a lot. I would let him make the move. And I know that's not going to be easy. That would be my recommendation. I'm not even a relationship expert, but you guys can let me know down in the comments below if you guys agree with me that about what it might be. Maybe you guys have a different idea of what it might be. You know, she says she knows he's not cheating. So if she's right about that, I think it's probably going to be closer to something that I you know, started narrowing down on there at the end. But thanks so much for watching, guys. I would love to know what you guys think down in the comments below. Be sure you rate my video, guys. If you guys like this content, be sure you let me know that you want to see more ZaxoDramas as I continue to read the Reddit posts and give my reactions to what I think the person should do, or what I think it might be going on. If you're comment down below, be sure you rate my video, guys. Let me know what you guys think and what you guys think about these two situations below. Have a good day, everybody. This has been Zaxtorian, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.